All right, good morning, traders. Today is October 24th, 2023. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. Good morning, Lenny. My SPY pivot this morning, 421.95. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All four indices and the FNGU remain in daily downtrends with lower highs and lower lows. U.S. dollar index is still consolidating over 105.50. USO and UNG, that's crude oil and nat gas, remain in daily uptrends. Silver remains in a daily downtrend. Gold is about to change trend. All it needs to do is produce the higher low on the daily chart. Indices are nearing a point of breaking major support, which could signal a major sell-off in the markets. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just saying that typically when major support is broken, we could see a sell-off. So we'll see what happens, all right? It's not happened yet, but we'll just keep an eye on it. All right, we got negative geopolitical news in the Middle East, which is causing much uncertainty, which leads to increased volatility. Domestically, we have even more uncertainty brewing after multiple votes in Congress. We have yet to select a leader of the House of Representatives. All right, so enough about that. Let's go look at some charts. So here we have a daily chart of the SPY. We've got a doji candle. And you can see it slams right into that exponential 400 right there on the daily chart. And we're getting a little bit of a lift early this morning. Could be from earnings, and it could be just followed through from slamming the 400. Right now, like I said, it's a doji. It's got a lower high from yesterday's candle and a lower low. So you can see we're still in a downtrend. Lower high here, lower low here, daily candle, lower high, lower low. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at QQQ. All right, here's the NASDAQ 100. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. About to make a lower low now. It's kind of challenging that low right now. See that right there? Yesterday's low kind of bottomed out at the same point here as this tail from 927. It's looking more and more like QQQ wants to visit the rising 200. So we'll see what happens. All right, maybe they come down and hit the rising 200 and snap back. Of course, we do have another downtrend channel. Let me just extend that. And it's quite possible that these two meet up, well, probably by the end of the week or the end of next week. So you can see here's a rising 200. Here's our downtrend channel. There's a possibility the 200's over here by the end of the week, and price might be down here also. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. About the same thing yesterday, lower high, lower low on the daily candle. And we've got a downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. And you can see it's just now consolidating right through here. Again, FNGU looks like it wants to come down and tap the midpoint and come down and hit this rising 200 just as well. So we got two of them, QQQ, FNGU, seem to want to come down and make contact with the rising 200. It'd be nice if they could consolidate up here and the rising 200 could come up here from underneath it and give it some lift out of those downtrend channels. But that's what we have right now. We have this making lower highs, lower lows. And you can see now we're just consolidating right here at this at this level right here, 143. Basically, we'll just call it 143. Right there, FNGU. Certainly don't want this to print a lower low. It could happen though. Nice news is the midpoint's not too far away, and the rising 200's not too far away. Hopefully those will catch the price action. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, same as the rest of the indices. As far as pivots in a downtrend, we do have a downtrend happening. We have lower highs and lower lows. Put in a lower high here. As you can see, the next step for the bears is to produce the lower low. We'll see if they can get it done, but this is all part of, this would be minor support, this would be major support. So we start busting through 427 area, and major support will have been broken for Diamond Dow. IWM, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low. Interesting candle here. We got a doji, so we got a pause as they crash through. Here's the consolidation, this box right here. That would have been the minor support. This little box down here represents the major support. So here's IWM crashing through the major support. So we'll see what happens here. You can see the next support line is right about 164. So we're not too far from starting to dig out some really new lower lows here. And last time we got down this low was actually the COVID lows of 2020 and the pre-market lows before COVID right there. So hopefully we're not, with all of the inflation that's happened, I'm thinking this consolidation may hold through here. We'll see what happens, because they're all dealing with bigger numbers, which will make them have bigger multiples, and again higher earnings and higher revenue. So we'll see what happens. Here's IWM. All right, so let's look at some technicals. This is what happened yesterday. All right, you can see we were in the oversold zone all day long. Actually almost finished at the bottom of the oversold zone. There's not too much more negative you can get than that. It's at 2. I guess we can get down to 0. But there's not too much lower. We can go below 2 on the T2122. Now, we did make a higher low here on the 15-minute chart. And we made a higher high. Let's see if we can get that done again today. Maybe climb out of the oversold zone. Hopefully into some chop zone up here. Maybe start testing the midpoint. We'll see what happens. But it's looking good so far this morning. But everything's still premature. T2123, 15-minute chart. Still got some space between trend indicator and price action. So you can see there's still been some selling on the Russell 2000. And you can see right there, this is reflective of the Russell 2000. If you look at IWM, it's pretty much the same story. So here's T2123. Well underneath the trend indicator there. So I think they're going to turn that around. Yesterday's candle looked like a pause. So I think that they will probably consolidate a little bit and then maybe work their way out of it. T2123 3-bar chart. Lots of space opening up now between the price action and the trend indicator. So there's the three-bar chart. Not looking good for the bulls. Not much looking good for the bulls at all this morning or yesterday. Except for this guy right here. FNGU. All right, so FNGU put in a nice bull flag up here. So you can see here's it took and made a new bottom there, and then it rallied up and just leaned on this downtrend all afternoon long. And it looks like it's opening up on the other side of the downtrend, which is beautiful news for the FNGU. That should help kick the SPY off and the QQQ into higher gear and give the bulls a little bit of blue sky to look forward to. So there's FNGU. That's my FNGU indicator. This is pretty reliable when it comes to SPY and QQQ. So there's FNGU. Let's head back and look at... All right, let's look at silver and gold. Silver on the daily chart. Okay. I'm going to take this off. You've got lower highs and lower lows. Okay. Now we're back up here at previous highs. We haven't really made a higher low yet. All right. So we're still in a downtrend, even though we're right back here at a previous high. So still in a downtrend for gold. Yesterday's candle, kind of an inside move. If you print up a two-day chart, just a kind of inside day here with a lower high, and it had a lower low. But if you take the 2-day, it's a higher low and a lower high. So we'll see what they do today. Gold. Now this is the interesting one. All right, so here's our downtrend line. Bulls needed to break it, and boy did they break it. Here's the midpoint. Now gold has been in a downtrend with lower highs right here and lower lows. But here's the new caveat. They have now made a higher high, but still need to make the higher low. All right. So as of this point, technically, they're still in a downtrend. But as soon as they make the higher low, they will have established the new gold daily uptrend. All right. And remember, this high is higher than these highs, but don't forget, it's higher there. It's not higher than this high right here. See what I'm saying? It actually makes a lower high there. So we'll see what happens. Let's go look at crude oil. All right, so here's crude oil. Yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low. Still, everything's in a daily uptrend. We've got higher low here and a higher high. Got another higher low here. And they haven't produced a higher high, but they look to be just consolidating. So still in an uptrend, but just consolidating here over 74. Okay, haven't made the higher high yet. They've already produced the higher low. Unlike gold, okay, hasn't produced the higher low, but it already got the higher high. Okay. So here's USO, crude oil, making the higher low already. Now it just needs to make the higher high. All right, so just consolidating here over 74 right now in a daily uptrend. UNG. All right, so here's UNG making a higher low and a higher high. Okay, so in an uptrend, but in jeopardy of losing that, you can see price action has come back to this uptrend line. We got a pause, get kind of a double doji here. And this morning it looks like they're going to open up a little bit more bullish, but this uptrend is in jeopardy. We have no lower high yet, okay, and we have no lower low yet. but it sure doesn't look good for natural gas being back down here already. But technically, it's got a higher low and a higher high. Yeah, kind of like an inverted scoop, or it's like a slingshot getting pulled back to the wrong side. But technically, we have an uptrend because it's a higher low and a higher high. Notice price action and everything well underneath our trend indicator. That's not pretty, but the double doji on top of the uptrend line is good. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's look at DXY. That's our US dollar index. And you can see more consolidation at the 105.50 level. All right, so here's our move up from July all the way back up to here. We made highs of 107.30. And you can see now we're consolidating over the 105.50 level. So we came back and challenged that yesterday, which gave the bulls a lot of inspiration. Now, if they retrace back up there, will that cloud up the blue sky for the bulls? I don't know. But as long as it's consolidating and not moving any higher, I think that's a positive indication for the bulls. We'll see what happens. Economic calendar, all right? So we got PMI 945 today. All right. We've got new home sales 10 tomorrow. Am I on the right calendar? Yep. No, I'm not. No, I am. And Jerome Powell speaks again. And Jerome Powell speaks at 4:30 tomorrow. How did I miss that before? Is that new? Or has that always been there? Anybody know if that's new? It wasn't there. I didn't see it yesterday or the day before. Well, all right. Well, Jerry's going to speak at 4:30 tomorrow. All right. Like if he doesn't cause enough volatility in the market, he wants to say some more. All right, there we go. And the big day for this week is the GDP. All right, GDP at 8:30. All right, GDP is gross domestic product. That tells how much of American goods and services are being sold out of the United States. In other words, to Canada, to Mexico, to Europe. So anytime, like, let's say Microsoft representatives go over there and they fix some problems, that would be goods and services. If Ford sells some F-150s over there in, Ireland, okay, that would be attributed to the gross domestic product. So that's when we sell stuff over there and it brings foreign money, it's converted to American money, but it brings profits back to America. So that's gross domestic product. And you want that to be a positive number. In other words, you want to be taking in more money as a nation than you are shelling out. So hopefully we have a nice, usually over 3%, over 2% is pretty good. Over 3 and 4 is really good. Actually, over 4 is really good. If you get anywhere up around 4, that's really a good quarter for you. All right, so international trade goods, 8:30 as well. GDP, again, 8:30. Durable goods, 8:30. Jobless claims, 8:30. So we got the power hour here at 8:30 tomorrow. Pending home sales at 10. Natural gas report at 10:30. Let me roll down. Maybe Jerry speaks again. No. All right. And personal income and outlays on Friday at 8:30. All right. So there we go. Earnings calendar. We got some big boys. Microsoft, $2 trillion. Wait, $2.5 trillion. going to be reporting tonight after the close. We got Alphabet and Alphabet. So I don't know if you combine the two, but if you did, you got about 3.5 trillion there. All right. So we got some really big movers and shakers reporting tonight after the close. Visa's going to report tonight also. There's another 0.5 trillion. HSB Holdings. All right. There's a bank. Must be a foreign bank because we don't have a time. Right there, you see? But that's going to report sometime today if it hasn't reported already. Novartis, Danair, Texas Instruments. And Verizon and General Electric. Barclays is going to report. RTX, think that's Raytheon. They should be getting a lot of orders coming in pretty soon. NextEra Energy, 105. Huge day today. And UBS. So, huge day today for the earnings. Get ready for the markets to move tomorrow. And what do we got starting off? Oh, we got Meta. Meta's going to report tomorrow evening. Thermo Fisher, T-Mobile, IBM. I don't know why they didn't call it IBM. ServiceNow, Boeing's going to report. That'll move the Dow. And that's our agenda for today and tomorrow. I'm not going to go any further ahead than that. So that's it. So you guys got the pivot for this morning. We're gapping up early, so it's starting to look good. Let me just go pick out a target for us in the pre-market for the upside. All right, so okay, now if you look here, here's our shelf, 423.06. So you can see if I draw a line up there, all right, we had some sellers right there. You see the reversal happen there. And we had some sellers right here. Okay, so this area over 423.06, all right, that shelf over there, we start closing candles over these highs. That's a very good sign. So the first target, of course, is going to be right here, 423.90. That's my first upside target, 423.90. Beyond that, I'm going to go with, see this shelf of stocks, right, shelf of price action, right through here, and that open that happened right there. So beyond that, I'm going to go with this 426.45. Okay, 426.45. All right, so right here, 423.90, 423.90, and 426.45. I'm going to put these in right now. These are going to be my target so far today. Right through there. That's the first target. All right. I'll see everybody at 4 o'clock. All right. Thank you for being here early in the morning at the BYOB trading room. Thank you, everybody out there on YouTube. Appreciate you all, the thumbs up and the subscriptions and all the memberships here in the BYOB trading room. All right. Let's have a profitable day. We've got some upside targets. Let's see if we can reach a few of them today. All right, we get some big earnings coming out tonight. Hopefully we get some good numbers. As long as analysis didn't make them too difficult, we should be able to beat them. We'll see what happens. That's it. I'll see everybody at 4 o'clock. The rest of you, I'll be right here trading with you.